Okay, let's go over, this is question 10 and 5.5. We're given a four-term polynomial. The first thing I would do is see if I can factor it. And so I see, first of all, they have to be in order from highest degree to lowest. I look at the first two terms. Do they have anything in common that I can factor out? Yes, they have x squared. That leaves me with x minus 1. Okay, now I look at the next two. Is there anything I can factor out? Nothing that's going to make this look like x minus 1, which is what I want. So I can't go this route. I'm going to have to go through using my coefficient of my leading term and a constant to find P over Q and go through synthetic division to find it. So knowing what P is my constant factors. And my factors of my constant are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, and plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6. For Q, that is the coefficient of my leading term. My leading term is 1x cubed, so it's just plus or minus 1. So now I put on P over Q, and I find all of the different options. So plus or minus 1 over plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2 over plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3 over plus or minus 1, and lastly, plus or minus 6 over plus or minus 1. All right, now I'm just going to simplify each of these. So P over Q is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and plus or minus 6. Now I need to use synthetic division to find out which of these will give me a remainder of 0. I'm going to start with the ones, but let's pull these down. Or do we have all of them listed? 3, 2, 1. Yep. So 1, -1, -10, and 6. And I haven't done this beforehand, so I do not know who's going to work. So it might take me a little bit. And I'm going to divide the first one by +1. Okay, bring the first term down, multiply. 1 times 1 is 1, 0 times 1 is 1, -9 times 1 is -9. So that's not going to give me a 0. Let's try -1. All right, there's 1, -1, -2, 2, -8, and 8. That's going to give me 14. That's not going to give me it either. All right, what's on there? Let's try +2. Just trial and error until you find one that will give you a 0 for a. It's not going to do it either. Let's try -2 for a remainder. One, -2, -3, 6, -4, 8. Nope. Let's try 3. 3, 2, 6, -4, and -12. That's not going to do it. Let's try -3. Well, you're getting to see that, this is what you have to go through to find it. -3, -4, 12, 2, oop, -6. There it is. Okay, so -3 is a divisor. So -3 is going to be one of my zeros. Okay, so I can take x is going to be equal to -3. There's one of my answers. Now remember, we started off with an x cubed. So what we have left is an x squared minus 4x plus 2. X squared minus 4x plus 2 equal to 0. Now we can't factor that. 2 is not going to give me, 2 and 1 is not going to give me a -4. So here I will have to use the quadratic to find my answer. So x is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. All of that is over 2a. All right, so that is 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 8 over 2. 4 plus or minus the square root of 8 over 2. Okay, now 8 can be broken down into a perfect square, the square root of 4, and the square root of 2. So your last two zeros are going to be, let me come over here and give myself some space. X equals 4 plus or minus square root of 4 is 2, square root of 2. I'm going to put each of these over 2 because I find that students make fewer mistakes if they do this than if they have it all over 2, because now you can just reduce this to x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 2. There are your other two zeros. So x is equal to -3 and x is equal to 2 plus or minus the square root of 2. If you have any further questions, just let me know.